Do you see the notepad on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Vaishnavi. We shall wait for a few more minutes. Okay. Good afternoon, Bindu, Durga Devi. Good afternoon, Aziz, Parveen. Good afternoon, Rachna. Rachna, did you install PyCharm in your system? Good afternoon, Nitish. Did you install? Uh, Good afternoon, Mayur. How are you doing, everyone? Mayur, Nitish, are you understanding what I am saying in the online? Is it okay? Tell me any issues. Fine, Nitish. Thank you. Are you understanding what I am saying through online, or do you think it's of no use? Hi, Karthik. Hi, Rakshita. We shall give some time for the people to arrive. Hi, Sri Lakshmi. Hi, Surabhi. Lavanya. Good afternoon, every one of you. Good afternoon, Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi. I hope everyone are practicing every day. How many of you are doing that? Can you respond me? I think you are not getting time now. Is my voice audible? Is it synchronous? Please respond me. Okay. Okay, Rakshita. Okay. Okay, Sri Lakshmi. Okay. So in the last class, I hope everyone are listening. Say in the last class, I told you about range function. Okay. I told you about range with one parameter. Okay, with one parameter. Similarly, range with two parameters. Range with two parameters. Okay. So start, stop, two parameters. Okay. Where it starts from 0 and stop is excluded. Stop is excluded. Okay. Example, if I say 0 comma, if I say 0 comma 10, okay, 10 is excluded. 10 will be excluded. Okay. Similarly, range with three parameters. Range with three parameters. Say start, stop, and increment. Okay. Or it may be decrement also. Okay. So we shall see them. We shall try to execute them. Say range. Range of, I have opened the PyCharm. Say range of 10. Range of 10. If I run this, I have commented all other things. Just I must use for I in range. For I in range of colon people are coming. Say for I in range of print I. Print I. Every one of you try to log in before. Okay. It is recorded. It is recorded. Whoever is coming late, you are recorded. Say print of I. Say shift F10. Say run. Click on run. Select this and select ADP underscore class. So if I run this, you see there it starts from 0 and until 9. Okay, 10 is excluded. 10 is excluded. Similarly, I want to show you one more thing. I can give some message here. In the print, I can give some message. People are very much worried about challenges nowadays. Okay. So I can give this message. How many times this will be printed? Can you respond me? You see the for I in range of 10. How many times this will be printed? Will we get the output? Any one of you? Any one of you tried this? The printf statement. Ten times. Durga Devi says 9 times, but it is 10 times. Okay, you see there? Shift F10. You see there? It is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it will be printing 10 times. Okay, sorry challenge. Okay, you must know this. Instead of numbers, this will be this printf statement. This print statement will be repeated 10 times. 10 times it will be printed. Okay. So I will comment this. Again, this time we'll be printing multiples of 5. Printing multiples of 5. Multiples of 5 in between say 5, say 0 and 100. Okay. Can you try this? Multiples of 5 in between 0 and 100. You can try this and type me in the chat box by using range. Multiples of 5. You must get the output like 5, 10, 5, 10, 15 and 20. Okay, until you must get 100. Please type in the chat box by using range function. Any one of you? Okay. For in I in range of, good. You can see there, for I in range of, okay, we must start from 0. The start is 0. Similarly, the stop is 100. Okay, we can take 101. Similarly, the increment is 5. Increment is 5. Okay, colon. I can give colon. After that, print I. Print I. Okay. Now, if you run this, so what is the mistake here? I must comment this. I'll run one more time. Shift F10. Okay, you can see there multiples of 5. 0, 5, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, like that. If you want to begin from 5, you must change that one as 5. The start must be 5. Okay, so Shift F10. So you're going to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 40, 45, 50 until 100. Similarly, say if you want to print the numbers in reverse order, comma 100 to 5, 100 to 5. Can we do this? Did any one of you tried this? 100 to 5. You must get 100, 95, 90 until 5. Can we do this? Please try this. I'll comment this. We can do this. Okay, just interchange. We can give 101 here. Similarly, the last symbol must be 5, and every time it must be decremented by 5. Okay, so Shift F10. Okay, you see there 101. Sorry, it is starting from 100. We must begin from 100. So Shift F10. You see there, we got 100, 95, 90, but we got until 10. So we need 5 also. So here you give 0. You see there, 100, 95, 90, 85, 80, 75, 70. Like this until 5. Okay. The meaning here is we can decrement also. Okay. That's about the range function. Always the range function must be executed with conjunction with for loop. Okay. Now, We can see one more example. We are using sys.exit. Sys.exit. It terminates the program. Sys.exit. Sys.exit terminates the program. Okay. Terminates program abruptly. So we must include sys. Okay. I think we did this, but here we are using range function. We will print the numbers. We will print the numbers from 2 to 20, even numbers. Okay. Then we will stop. We are not going to execute. We are not going to execute. Not executed. Okay, we can see this. I'll copy this. I'll copy this. Go to the PyCharm. I'll paste this. Okay, import sys. For in range, we are printing a I value. Okay, is it correct? Is it correct? Now, if I run this, Shift F10, you see there, we got some mistake. Exit program terminates. Here it must be. What is the mistake in this? What is the mistake in this? We want to execute only the for loop, not the while loop. Any one of you? See there? If we don't want to execute the while loop, here what we must do? Sys must begin here. Okay. Sys must begin in the outside the for loop. Shift F10. Okay. Again. Terminates. Okay. See, only the first part is executed. Only the first part is executed and the while loop is excluded. Okay. Next, we are talking about function. So, what will be the definition of function? What will be the definition of function? Any one of you? Can you type in the chat box? You try this. Try this by yourself. Okay. Now, what will be the definition for function? Any one of you? Function. We will see some examples. Say function. Function is a subprogram. Is a subprogram which performs a particular task. A particular task. Okay, this is the definition of function. Okay. Say we are seeing the syntax. The syntax here is define function name and the parameter. Okay, here I have used the function. Define function 1. It prints. Control is in function 1. Okay, here you must know what is function definition. Everybody must know what is function definition. Okay, then function call. You must know function call. Okay, here it is. These 3 lines. These 3 lines. Okay, are function definition. Function definition. Okay, now the function call. After this, we must call it. We must call it funct1. Okay, we are going to execute this. We'll execute this now. Now what will be the output for this? There will be no main function. Okay, just we can call here. This is known as function call. This is known as function call. Okay, if you run this, what will be the output? What will be the output? Please type in the chat box. What will be the output of this? There will be no main function here. Please, any one of you? Control is in function 1. Good. Pramod says control is in function 1. Okay, good. You can see here. See there, I called twice. Okay, I don't want, I want this one to be called only once. You see there, control is in function 1. Similarly, we'll write one more function for sum. Define sum. It takes two parameters, x comma y. Okay, which will be sent from the main program. Say return x plus y. You must be in time. Say return x plus y. Say we need to call this function. We need to call this function sum, and we need to pass the values. I'll pass 1899. Okay. Now this must be returned to some variable x. X is equal to, or I'll take one more name. A is equal to some value. Now after that, I'll print the sum. So within the quotes, sum is percentage D. Okay. U colon. Now here it is percentage. Within this you must write the parameter name A. Okay, is it correct? What will be the output of this? What will be the output of this? Please type in the chat box. We are calling a function. See there, we are calling a function. Passing parameters. Okay. Now what will be the output of this? Please type in the chat box. Okay. Abhishek says 9999. Okay, good. You can see there, if you run this, you see there, sum is 99,999. Okay. So here you must know how to define the function, and how to get the values. Okay. And we are printing. There will be no main in this Python language. Okay. We'll be using main, but in certain cases. Okay, you can see here, I have typed one more example. I'll copy this. Okay, now you can see there, I have defined a function. My sum. It has two parameters. These variables are known as local variables. Local for my sum. Okay, local for my sum. So what will be the output of this? I'm calling the function my sum. So that is written in Z. So you're going to get sum is Sum is percentage D. We must format it. We must format it. Okay. Now what will be the output of this? Please type in the chat box. You see there? Function returning value. Function returning value. The first message you are going to get as function returning value. After that, you are going to get the output. Say, you see the output. Sum is 40. Sum is 40. Okay. Good. Anusha says function returning value. Sum is 40. Good. Now, I'll tell you very interesting features of the Python now. Okay. You see there, we can initialize the variables. We can initialize the variables like this. N number of variables, A, B, C, and D. Okay. Now, I will initialize directly 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Now, if I print, say A, I'll print A. I'll print B. I'll print C. I'll print D. Okay. Multiple declaration of variables. This is known as multiple declaration. Until now, you know that you can declare only A is equal to B, but now here you can declare n number of values. You see there? You see there? You got 10, 20, 30, and 20. Okay. D. We must get D. We must get D. You see there? 10, 20, 30, and 40. Similarly. Okay. I'll take one more example. Challenge 1, comma, challenge 2, challenge 3. 3 challenges I will take. Okay. Now this time I will initialize 3 strings. 3 strings. Okay. You can initialize with any of the strings. Say challenge 1 is similarly. I don't know why the challenges people will be doing, but just I'm giving you examples. Here I took 3 variables. Challenge 1, challenge 2, and challenge 3. Okay. After that, I have initialized with some values. Okay. Father-son challenge, Sari challenge, couple challenge, and father-son challenge. Okay. Now I'll print this. I'll print challenge 1. Challenge 1 is percentages. Okay. Here you give double quotes, then you pass the variable. Challenge 1. Okay. Control C. Say Control V. Just I make few changes here. Challenge 2. Say here I will change that one to challenge 2. Okay. After that, challenge 3 is Challenge 3 is percentages, double quotes, percentage, challenge 3. Okay. Directly you can declare n number of values. You can declare n number of variables with this is known as initialization. I'll run this. So what is the mistake here? What is the mistake? I did not comment this. Okay, you see there. Spelling. Again, some mistakes. Tell me the mistakes. Tell me the mistakes. Okay, you see there. Challenge 1 is Sari challenge. Challenge 2 is couple challenge. Challenge 3 is father challenge. Okay. See, my examples are different, but you must know the initialization. Okay. You must know the initialization. We are initializing 3 strings at a time. Okay. Now, similarly, the next concept is copying functions. Copying functions. Okay. Functions are also known as first class objects. First class objects. First class objects in Python. Okay. That means they can be treated like variables. They can be treated like variables. Okay. See here, F1 and F2. F1 and F2. They are used as variables. They are used as variables and copied from F1 to F2. Okay. I'll take one example now. I'll do an example. I'll define a function. I'll define a function, myfunc. I'll define a function, myfunc. Okay. I'll name that one as myfunc1. You must give colon. You must give colon. Print. This is original function. This is original function. Okay. Now after this, I'll define one more function. myfunc2. myfunc2 is equal to myfunc1. See here. myfunc2. What will be the output of this? Everybody look at the screen properly and you tell me what will be the output of this. We are copying functions. We are copying functions. Please type what will be the output of this. Or is there any error? This is original function. You see there is some difference. You must call like this. My sum1 is equal to my sum2. Okay. There is no brackets. There is no brackets while copying. Now you tell me, what is the mistake in this? If I run this, shift F10. So you see that function1 is a call. We can't copy the calls, but we can copy the variables. We can copy the variables. Okay. So whenever we are copying from one function to another function, this is allowed in Python. Okay. So we are copying functions. Whenever we are copying functions, no. Whenever we are copying functions, no brackets. Okay, no brackets. No brackets. Okay. Now what will be the output of this? This is original function. Similarly, I want to copy my function 2 to my function 3. My function 3. My function 3. Okay, you can see there my function 2 is copied to my function 3. My function 3. Okay. My func 3. Okay. We must remove this. And I'll try to execute this. So if I run this, my function 2 is not defined. So what is the mistake? What is the mistake in this line? Can you tell me? Please type in the chat box. See the error, unindent. Unindent does not match any outer indentation level. Okay. So here you must take that one to the first spacing. Okay. So shift F10. Spelling. I have missed the spelling. Okay. You see there, I have copied from my func 2 to my func 3, and I am printing that. Okay, now you tell me, can we copy the functions in C language? Please respond me in C or C++. Sarah Batul, what is your doubt? Type in the chat box. Okay, now my question is, can we copy the functions in C language? Please type me in the chat box, yes or no. Can we copy the functions in C language? None of you. No problem. Okay. Can we copy the functions from one function to another function in C language? Please type in the chat box, say yes or no. No. Okay, Durga Devi says no. So in the previous languages, copying functions was not allowed. Okay, but that is allowed in the Python language. I'll comment this. Okay, I told you about the none. Okay, what is none? None is a data type. None is a data type like null. Okay, say we are using a function print. It prints some value and it returns nothing. Okay, so spam will be having nothing. Okay, so we are checking whether that none is equal to none. The condition is true. You are going to get true as the output. Okay, next we are using end. We are using end. Okay, we can see here the usage of end. We can specify whatever the end line character by using end. Say for example, print hello. If I typed hello and print everyone. Print hello everyone. This prints in 2 lines. You see there, hello and everyone. Okay. Hello everyone. Now, if you want to give any end character, end is equal to, say I want some star and I want to combine. By using end. You comma. Okay, you can see there, hello star everyone. Okay, we can give whatever the end character we want. We can prefix, we can combine 2 lines. So and what it does, it combines 2 lines. Okay. Similarly, we can print multiple strings. Okay, you see the rat is a string, cat is a string, bat is a string. We can print n number of strings. Okay, say cat. After that, say hi. Okay, something like that. We can add n number of strings and we can print, but that was not allowed in other languages. You can see there, I print here. Print hello. Okay, after that, hi, hello, hi, say so we can add n number of strings like this and we can print. See there, we got these strings. We got 3 strings. Now tell me, can we add multiple strings in a same statement in C language? Was it allowed? Or in Java language? Please type me, say yes or no. Printing multiple strings. In one print statement. Okay, this is one of the feature. Okay. Now the next thing is the local variables and the global variables. Say you can see there the definition of local variables. Is there any other name for local variables? Any one of you? Is there any other name for local variables? Local variables, they are also known as auto variables. Okay, their lifetime is limited to the program or function. Okay, now when it comes to global, their lifetime is throughout the application. Okay, You must know the difference between application and the program. Okay, you can see there. How many functions are there? How many functions are there? How many functions are there here? In this example, you can see there, function 1, we must give colon. Function 2, we must give colon. X is equal to 100. This is the textbook example. X is equal to 100. Okay, this 100 is local to F1. So I am defining X in F1 are 100. Similarly, there is one more function. This X is, say, I'll change that one to 200. So this 200 is local for F2. Okay. Just I want to show this example for local variables. Okay, you can see there, define F1. Okay, now tell me what is the mistake. See the screen, will you get the output? What will be the output for this? What is the error? Please respond me. Indentation, good. Vamshi says indentation, Aziz says indentation. Indentation error, good. Okay, you can see there, indentation. I must give indentation. I must give indentation. Okay, indentation is nothing but spacing. Indentation is nothing but spacing. Okay, simple definition is spacing. Okay, now I'll run this. So you got some mistake. Okay, I think we can stop here. Space for print also. Good. Space for print also. Now if I run this, so you see there, X in F1 are 100, X in F2 are 200. Okay, so here X are local variables for F1. Whenever we come out of F1, the values will be died. Okay, so I think we can stop here. In this class, you learned range function. Okay, decrementing in the range function. Similarly, I told you about multiple declaration of variables and copying a function from one function to another function, and functions are also treated as variables here. Okay, so if you are not understanding whatever I am saying, no need to scratch your heads. Just see the multiple videos or see the textbook. Okay, you can find n number of videos there. Are you able to understand what I am saying? You must do revision, you must do practice every day, multiple programs, so that you can be expert one day. Okay, I think we can stop here. Thank you, all of you.